Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hurdle Field on the campus of Fort Burr College here in Waverly. And tonight's Northeast Iowa Conference doubleheader. Tonight, the Decorah Vikings will take on the Waverly Shellrock Go-Hawks. The Go-Hawks are 20-4 overall, 9-3 in Northeast Iowa Conference play. Decorah is 13-11 overall and 7-7 in conference play. These two teams got together on the 16th of June. The Go-Hawks, for the fifth consecutive time against Decorah, score a run in the 7th inning to defeat the Vikings that night by a 2-1 margin. Alex Robson will take to the hill for Waverly Shellrock, and he will face this Decorah lineup. Colin Nimrod is the pitcher, Jake Hovden in center field, Brett LaRue at shortstop, Jake Marlowe at first base, Caleb Qualley the catcher, Austin Bohr in right field, Andy Sinkink at second base, Tyler Dostal at third base, Gabe Varney the designated hitter for the left fielder, Cole Minks. Alex Robson, the senior right-hander, gets the call for the men of Casey Quender tonight. Jackson Little will play left, Jake Velke in center, Cole Havlovic in right, Dalton Steer at third, Dalton Graven at short, Camry Moore at second, Josh Burris at first, Gentry Miller behind the plate, and Alex Robeson on the hill. Colin Nimrod will start things here in the first inning for Decorah. Righty-righty matchup to start out, and Nimrod swings the first one, grounds one up the middle. Graven to his left to make the play. He'll throw on to first base to retire Nimrod. One pitch, one out here in the first inning as we get things going at 5:37 here tonight. One down, nobody on for Jake.
Takes place by 36 p.m.
Hovden, 458, 4 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 16 RBI. He was 1 for 3 against the Go-Hawks on the 16th of June in Decorah. First pitch swung and fouled at the plate. No balls and 1 strike. The Vikings had a fair amount of offense in that game. They ended up with 6 hits against Dalton Graven, who got the complete game victory, but timely hitting was the issue. A chopper towards third, fielded near the bag by Dalton Steer. He'll throw across the diamond to retire Hovden. And 3 pitches retire the first 2 Vikings here in the first inning. 1 down, or rather 2 down, nobody on. And Brett LaRue will be the batter. LaRue was 2 for 3 with the double and had the lone RBI against the Go-Hawks on the 16th of June. LaRue looks at the first pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes. LaRue is Decorah's top hitter by average. 466, 6 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 13 RBI. The 1-0 delivery outside for 2 balls and no strikes to count on LaRue. This is the final night for seeding for sub-states. We'll talk about that as the game goes by. The 2-0 delivery swung on and missed. Good breaking ball from Robson. And it's 1 ball, or rather 2 balls and 1 strike. Righty-righty matchup. Robson wheels and deals, and the pitch is low for 3 balls and 1 strike. Vikes been struggling offensively outside of the Owine and Charles City games lately. 6 of the last 8 games, they've scored 2 or fewer runs, including a couple of shutouts. 3-1 pitch swung and fouled at the plate, and now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And multiple times in those games, they've left double-digit runners on base as well. The 3-2 delivery outside corner taken for strike 3, and the side is out here in the first inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Decorah nothing, and Waverly Shellrock coming to bat. The Go-Hawks will bat this way. Leading off in center field, Jake Velke. Batting second, the shortstop, Dalton Graven. Hitting third at second base, Camry Moore. Batting fourth, the catcher, Gentry Miller. Hitting fifth at first base, Josh Burris. Hitting sixth at third base, Dalton Steer. Hitting 7th, the pitcher Alex Robson. Hitting 8th in right field, Cole Havlovic. And batting 9th in left field, Jackson Litter. That lineup will face Colin Nimrod. Colin coming off a victory on Tuesday afternoon over at Walk-On. One of his 3 losses this year has come to the Go Hawks. Didn't pitch all that bad. 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. He's 7-3 overall with a 1.57 ERA. Opponent's only hitting 163 against him. 67 innings, 47 hits, 15 earned runs, 13 walks, and 56 strikeouts. The left-hand hitting Jake Velke will stand in against Nimrod to start the bottom of the first inning. Velke was 1 for 4 against Nimrod in Decorah. First pitch inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Cole Minks left, Jake Hubden center, Austin Bohr right for Decorah, Tyler Dostal at third, Brett LaRue at short. The 0-1 delivery missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Andy Sickink at second and Jacob Marlowe at first. Caleb Qualley behind the plate and Colin Nimrod on the hill. Next pitch, a fastball down and in. It is 2 balls and 1 strike. Go Hawks in second place in the Northeast Iowa Conference right now. 2 games behind New Hampton, and the pitch swung on and missed. Good breaking ball from Colin, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. New Hampton swept Waverly Shellrock on Tuesday night. And the 3 losses have all been to the Chickasaws. Pitch inside for 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nimrod gets the sign from Qualley, and the 3-2 delivery, swinging a foul at the plate, so we'll do it again at 3-2. When you look at sub-state seeding, Waverly Shellrock and West Delaware are assured of hosting a sub-state. They are the top 2 seeds in this sub-state. The 3-2 delivery, swinging a foul at the plate, so a good battle between a couple of talented seniors, Velke and Nimrod, to start the bottom of the 4th. Or the bottom of the 1st, that is. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count, and the 3-2 delivery, swinging a foul, third base side, and out of play. Decent crowd on hand, knowing the fact that it is the holiday weekend end. A lot of folks had today off. The 3-2 delivery, fastball up for ball 4. So Colin Nimrod just did something he did not do in 7 innings against the Go Hawks in Decorah, and that's walk a batter. Velke at first, nobody out, and a well-earned base on balls for Velke on a 9-pitch at bat. Dalton Graven will look at the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. He was 3 for 4 and had the game-winning RBI in the 7th inning against Decorah on June 16th. Ground ball towards third. Dostal fields right on the bag. He'll have 1 play. The throw to first base is late. So first and second with nobody out for the Go Hawks here in inning number 1. Velke to second, Graven to first. Camry Moore will be the batter. No score in the first inning, but the Go Hawks threatening. Moore 0 for 4 against the Vikings in Decorah. Righty-righty matchup. Runners lead from their respective bases, and Nimrod's first pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes. Vikings currently in 4th in the conference. A percentage point tie for 3rd between them and Charles City. 1-0 delivery, just missed inside, so it's 2 balls and no strikes now on Camry Moore. Velke walked to start the game, then Graven got an infield single. Nimrod comes set. He steps off and bluffs a throw to second base to keep Velke from getting too big of a lead. Velke leads again from second. Graven leads again from first. The 2-0 delivery, a chopper on the third base side. Nimrod will field, but won't have a play. All of his momentum was going away from the first base bag. He tried to hustle towards third and possibly get a force out there, but couldn't do it.
Bases loaded to Go Hawks. And next up, the catcher.
A walk and 2 infield hits. have loaded the bases here in the first inning. Vikes will play the infield up at the corners and back up the middle, and Gentry Miller will be the batter. Miller is 0 for 3 against Decorah pitching this year. Righty-righty matchup, and the first pitch to Miller, a chopper toward short, fielded there by LaRue. He'll throw on to first base to retire Miller. Velke scores. It's 1-0 Go Hawks. So Gentry Miller gets an RBI ground out. With Velke scoring, Graven moving to third, and Moore moving to second. Still only one out in the inning, and Josh Burrish will be the batter. Burrish 0 for 2 against Viking pitching in Decorah. Curve for a strike to start the at-bat. It's 0-1. So the Go Hawks able to draw first blood. Decorah scored first in the matchup on June 16th. Pitch curveball swung on and missed, and Qualley with a nice stop to his right to prevent runner advancement. And it is no balls and 2 strikes. Raven off of third. Camry Moore away from second. Nimrod comes to the pause. The 0-2 delivery just missed on the fastball away to the right-hand hitting Burrish. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The ball hasn't left the infield, but the Go Hawks have a 1-run advantage. 1-2 with 1 down. The pause and the 1-2 pitch. Fastball outside edge taken for strike 3. So Burrish down on strikes, 2 down. Runners at second and third. And Dalton Steer will be the batter. 1-0 Go Hawks, bottom of the first inning. Steer 1 for 3 against Viking pitching in Decorah. A curve for a strike to start the at-bat from Collin. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Beautiful night, temperature in the middle 70s and virtually no wind. The 0-1 delivery, missed, low and away. And now on the delayed steal, coming to the plate is Graven. He will score. Rounding third, coming to the plate as the throw gets away is Moore, and Moore is going to be retired at the plate. So the delayed steal gets Graven a run. Nimrod threw it to the plate, and it got by Qualley. Camry Moore rounded third and tried to score after that. Nimrod threw it to Qualley to apply the tag, and the inning is up.
No runs, no hits, no errors.
1 run,
2 hits,
no errors, and nobody left. We are 1 inning complete. It is 2-0 Go Hawks.
First base is temptation, you know.
Jake Marlowe will stand in from the right-hand side of the plate to start the top of the second inning. Robeson's pitch is low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Marlowe was 1 for 3 against the Go Hawks on the 16th of June. 308 with a double, no triples, no home runs, and 13 RBIs. That's a roller up the middle and past a diving Graven into left center field for a base hit. So Marlowe now 2 for 4 against Go Hawk pitching, and he becomes Decorah's first base runner.
First hit of the game for Decorah, and batting the catcher number 15, Caleb Qualley.
Marlowe at first, nobody out, and Caleb Qualley will be the batter. Marlowe will lead at first. Steer in on the infield green at third. Since it's a turf infield, we can't say grass. Qualley no signs of bunting on the first pitch, and it goes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. A lead at first base by Marlowe, held on there by Burrish. Up close is Steer as Qualley squares to bunt. The pitch out of the zone. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Marlowe, 3 strides off the bag at first. Robson working out of the stretch for the first time in this game. Qualley squares to bunt, and the fastball goes low, and now it's 3 balls, no strikes on Caleb Qualley with Austin Bohr to follow. 2-0 Go Hawks. An RBI ground out by Gentry Miller and a delayed steal of home by Dalton Graven in the first inning. 3-0 delivery, Qualley squares, pitch taken high, ball 4, Vikes in business, first and second, with nobody out in the second inning.
Batting for the Vikings, right fielder number 20, Austin Bohr.
And Cam Korsness will get Qualley's courtesy at first base. Korsness, the courtesy runner, reports. Marlowe, the runner, at second. Austin Bohr will be the batter. 2-0 Go Hawks, top of the second. Bohr at 224 with 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 6 RBI. He was 0 for 2 against Go Hawk pitching the first time. Bohr showing bunt right away, and Robson throws low. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Now Miller will come out and talk to Robson.
This is courtesy running for the Vikings.
This Go Hawk bunt defense, Burris charging from first. Steer plays back at third. Moore will rotate over and cover first in this situation with Burris charging. That'll allow Korsness to get a decent lead at first base. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on Bohr. Bohr shows bunt once again. He pegs at it and bunts through it, missing it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Series of signs from Coach Owenczak in the third base box. Marlowe away from second and Korsness away from first. 2 looks at second out of the stretch by Robson in the pitch. A breaking ball down and away. So Robson, who had an easy first inning, has missed on 6 of his last 7 pitches. And the bunt that Bohr attempted was probably out of the zone too. 2-1 pitch. Bohr attempts to bunt and misses it, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes now. 2-2 the count. Marlowe away from second and Korsness away from first. 2-0 Go Hawks, top of the second inning. The pause by Robson and the 2-2 pitch. Curveball taken on the inside edge for strike 3.
Picks up for the Vikings, second baseman number 21, Andy Sickink.
1 down, runners at first and second, and Andy Sickink will be the batter. A .277 hitter, 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 9 RBI. He was 1 for 3 against the Go Hawks this year, and now balk is going to be called on Robson.
What's the other guy doing out there?
Scott Hoppel, the home plate umpire, called that one right away as Robson came set and did not pause for the necessary 1 second. So now Robson going to work out of the windup. No count yet on Sickink, and the pitch swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike. The thing that hurts from a Go Hawk perspective there, you just gave them the base they were trying to get in the previous at-bat. The 0-1 delivery missed outside to Andy, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Marlowe away from third. Korsness away from second. Robson ready in the pitch, swinging a foul back to the screen. Now Robson ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-0 Go Hawks, but the Vikes with 2 runners in scoring position and less than 2 outs here in the second. The pitch swung on and missed at a curveball. Robson down on strikes, second and third, 2 down for John Will Jenkins. Jenkins now will bat for Dostal.
Into bat for the Vikings is number 7.
And my guess is John might stay in and play third base. I know Trevor Phillips is warming up behind the Decorah dugout. He might go into play right field now. Jenkins, the left-hand hitter against the right-hander Robson, and the first pitch is up. 1 ball, no strikes with Gabe Varney on deck. So the Vikes got the first 2 runners on, but the next 2 have struck out. Robson has worked out of the windup again. The pitch swung on, foul back to the screen. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. Robson wheels and deals the 1-1 delivery. Fastball up again. It's 2 balls and 1 strike now. Robson gets the sign from Gentry Miller. The 2-1 delivery, fastball up, 3 balls, 1 strike to count. You don't have to give him anything great to hit here since first base is open, but you also want to get out of the inning. Robson delivers and the pitch inside and it hit him. So Jenkins hit by the pitch. Marlowe third, Korsness second, Jenkins at first, and Gabe Varney with an opportunity. Varney was 0 for 3 against the Go Hawks in Decorah. He's a .242 hitter, 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, 9 RBIs. 2-0 Waverly Shellrock, top of the second inning, and the pitch to Varney just missed outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Come on, don't make one bad call, take it out of the pitcher. Let's go.
Runners lead from their respective bases. And the 1-0 delivery. Breaking ball caught the corner on the outside edge to the left-hand hitting Varney. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Good leads from all 3 runners. The 1-1 delivery is low and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Varney. A walk, a hit by a pitch, and a single have loaded the bases. 2 strikeouts in between makes this a clutch situation as the pitch goes inside. It's 3 balls and 1 strike now. From Robson to Varney as Miller out to have a conversation between senior and senior. 3 balls, 1 strike with the top of the order, and Colin Nimrod on deck. A 2-0 lead for the Go Hawks, but the Vikes have them loaded with 2 down in the top of the second. Robson, a deep breath, gets his sign. 3-1 to Varney, a foul tip into the glove of the catcher Miller, and now it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. So everyone will be moving here. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down. 3-2, and the pitch swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts for Robson in the first 2 innings. 1 hit and 3 runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It's 2-0 lead for Waverly Shellrock. Couple of defensive changes for Decorah. Trevor Phillips is now in right field. And John Will Jenkins is playing third base. A 2-0 lead for the Go Hawks. Vikes with another opportunity. That's, I believe, 5 times now in the last 3 games that Decorah has left the bases loaded.
Get a big starter once again for the Go Hawks. Third baseman, number 11, Dalton Steer.
Clutch hitting has been a problem this year, but the lack of clutch hitting has turned into just lack of overall offensive production for Decorah. Dalton Steer hits a 1-hopper right back to Nimrod, who makes a snag to the third base side. He picks it up and throws to first base. And 1 pitch, 1 out here in the second inning. Fine defensive play on the hill for Colin Nimrod. And there's 1 down in the second inning.
Played by Nimrod, batting for the Go Hawks.
Alex Robson will be the batter. He was 0 for 3 against Decorah in the first matchup. Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. 2 runs, 2 hits for the Go Hawks. No runs, 1 hit for Decorah, neither team with an error in the early going. The 0-1, a fastball overthrown by Nimrod, and it's well outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. This is Vikings Radio 1240, KDEC, and KDECradio.com. The pitch swung on, a ground ball to the third base side. Nimrod will field near the line, throws to first base, but beating it out is Robson. Another chopping single. In fact, the Go Hawks with 3 base hits, and none of them have gone more than probably 50 feet. 1 on, 1 out for Cole Havlovic. He was 1 for 3 against the Vikings in Decorah. Havlovic showing bunt, runner goes. 1-hopper right back to Nimrod. He'll throw to second for the first out. Sinking throw to first base. In time, double play. 1-4-3, and the inning is done. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. 2 innings complete. It is Decorah trailing Waverly Shellrock by a 2-0 margin. Two innings are complete. Go Hawks leading by a 2-0 margin. An RBI ground out by Gentry Miller and a delayed steal of home by Dalton Graven have led to the first 2 runs for the Go Hawks. It'll be the top of the order for Decorah here in the 3rd inning. Vikings loaded the bases. They had first and second with nobody out. Ended up loading the bases with 2 outs, but Robson had 3 strikeouts in that frame. It'll be Nimrod, Hubden, and LaRue. For Decorah. Nimrod grounded to short on the game's first pitch 23 minutes ago.
Pitcher number 10, Colin Nimrod.
Nimrod will bat from the right-hand side of the plate against Alex Robson, who's given up 1 hit, walked 1, hit 1, and struck out 4 through 2 innings. Robson's first offering is outside to Nimrod, 1 ball, no strikes. Again, as we talked about earlier, this is the last night for seeding purposes in Class 3A Substate number 3. The pitch goes outside to Nimrod, 2 balls, no strikes. Waverly, Shellrock, and West Delaware are assured of hosting. They are the top 2 seeds in the region. How they do it beyond that, there's no really designed rhyme or reason to it. As Nimrod looks at a strike, it's 2-1. Right now, Waverly Shellrock with the 2.54 and West Delaware with the 2.52. The pitch swing and a foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. West Delaware hosting a WAMAC doubleheader against Williamsburg tonight. And of course, Waverly Shellrock hosting Decorah. The seeds are done by 4 points for a win over a 4A, 3 for a 3A, 2 for a 2A, 1 for a 1A. Breaking ball outside edge taken for strike 3. And Robson with 5 strikeouts thus far.
Now batting for the Vikings center field.
1 down, nobody on for Jake Hubden, who grounded to 3rd in the first, 0 for 1. 2-0 Go Hawks, top of the 3rd. Decorah is the 3rd seed right now with 1.46. Charles City, the 4th seed, with a 1.38. Jake looks at a strike, 0-1. The bottom line is Decorah, in their first postseason game, wherever it is, 2 weeks from tonight. 0-1, swung on, fly ball, center field coming on is Jake Velke. He slides and makes a one-handed catch to his side in shallow center field for the second out here in the 3rd inning.
Out center and batting.
2 down, nobody on for Brett LaRue. He struck out looking in the first, 0 for 1. Decorah cannot drop any further than the 4 seed because right now Independence is the 5th seed with a 1.00. Pitch inside to LaRue, 1 ball, no strikes. Owine 6th with a .90. Crestwood 7th with .83. Walk-on in 8th with .76. Again, so West Delaware and Waverly Shellrock will be hosting the districts out of this sub-state. The pitch goes outside. 2 balls, no strikes to count. So Decorah will be one of those places 2 weeks from tonight when the postseason opens up. The 2-0 delivery is a fastball for a strike. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. The pairings will be made official next week. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. The pitch swung on and missed. LaRue laid on the breaking ball in on the hands. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Deuce is wild on the Viking shortstop. The 2-2 delivery swung on and missed at a curveball. Robson controlling things thus far with his 6th strikeout. For the second time in 3 frames, the Vikes go down in order. 3 up, 3 down. We head to inning number 3, the bottom half thereof. It is a Go Hawk lead of 2-0. Bottom of the 3rd inning we go, 2-0 Waverly Shellrock.
Once again for the Go Hawks.
Coming up next week, broadcast-wise, Tuesday night we'll have Decorah baseball against Clayton Ridge at 7:30 from Decorah. Wednesday night, Decorah baseball against West Delaware at 7:30. Thursday night opening round of the tournament as Jackson Little hits a ground ball towards second. A diving stop made by Sinkink, but that's all he'll be able to do with it as Little gets a infield hit to start things here in the 3rd inning.
Top of the order once again.
So Little gets his first hit against Decorah this year. A runner at first and nobody out for Jake Velke, who walked and scored in the first inning. Again, next Thursday, opening round of move to first base, back to the bag diving is Little. Next Thursday, opening round of softball at Charles City, 7 o'clock start time for that one. And then next Friday, we'll be in Charles City for the baseball doubleheader. First pitch as Velke takes a breaking ball in the dirt as he squared to bunt. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Of course, all those games available on KDECradio.com. Our complete schedule available at KDECradio.com. 1-0 and a move to first base. Back to the bag diving once again is Little. 2-0 Go Hawks. They scored both runs in the bottom of the first inning. The first pitch, the next pitch, curve is low and in the turf. It bounces to the right of Qualley, and a wild pitch will send Little up to second, and now Velke will bat with a runner in scoring position. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. Velke, obviously a talented athlete, is going to take his basketball talents to Truman State in Missouri next year. 2-0 delivery, fastball up and out to the left-hand hitting Velke. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Nimrod has walked 1 and has struck out 1. The 3-0 taken outside for ball 4. Second free pass given to Velke. So the Go Hawks in business, first and second with nobody out. And Dalton Graven will be the batter. Got an infield hit and scored a run on a delayed steal of home in the bottom of the first inning. Nimrod comes set, looks back at second, and Graven swears to bunt, but bunts it foul on the third base side. No balls and 1 strike to count. Go Hawks coming into tonight with 3 count from doubleheaders left. They host Crestwood on Monday, and then we'll be at Owine next Friday. The pitch goes outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. New Hampton at Charles City for a doubleheader tonight, and they will host New Walk-On in a doubleheader on Tuesday. Go Hawks 2 games back of New Hampton in the conference standings. The pitch swung on a fly ball, shallow center. Coming in is Jay Covden. He'll make a 2-handed catch in shallow center field for the first out here in the 3rd inning. That's the first ball that has reached the outfield off the bat of a Go Hawk. First and second, 1 down for Camry Moore. He got an infield hit in the first inning. 2-0 Go Hawks, bottom of the 3rd. On a July 3rd night at Hurdle Field in Waverly. The pitch to Camry Moore, a curve for a strike, 0-1. Away from second, Little. Away from first is Velke. Nimrod comes set, steps off and bluffs a throw. No balls, 1 strike to count on the right-hand hitting second baseman for the Go Hawks. The pause by Nimrod, the 0-1 delivery. Here's a 1-hopper right back to Nimrod. He'll throw to third base, and John Will Jenkins on the receiving end of the putout. He caught it kind of awkwardly, but kept his foot on the bag to get Little off the base pass for the 1-5 putout.
Number 3, Gentry Miller.
Velke up to second, Moore to first, and Gentry Miller will be the batter. 2-0 Go Hawks here in the 3rd. Miller had an RBI ground out to short in the first, 0-for-1. The first pitch, low and inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Velke away from second. Moore away from first. Curveball taken for a strike. Throw down to third base as Velke takes off, and he steals third. Moore will follow him to second, so now there's 2 runners in scoring position for Gentry Miller. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Nimrod working out of the stretch. And And time asked for by Gentry Miller, and Scott Hoppel, the home plate umpire, grants it. 1 ball, 1 strike as Qualley flashes a new set of signs. The 1-1 delivery hit toward short on one hop, fielded there by LaRue. He'll throw across the diamond to retire Miller in the side in the 3rd inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left. 3 innings complete in Waverly. The Go Hawks leading 2-0. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Go Hawks. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors for Decorah. As we start the top half of the 4th inning in Game 1 of this Northeast Iowa Conference doubleheader here tonight. Vikes will have the middle 3rd of the order. This was the most productive part of the order. The first go around against Robson, but Robson has used the strikeout as his main weapon. He has 6 of them through 2 innings, including striking out the side to get out of a 1st and 2nd nobody out, to get out of a bases loaded situation in the 2nd inning. A bit of a delay here as Gentry Miller was the last batter. He hasn't gotten his catching gear back on, and he'll head out and they'll make the throw. And here we go. Jake Marlowe has the lone hit for Decorah. A single to left in the 2nd inning. In fact, of the 5 total hits in this game, Marlowe's is the only one to reach the outfield.
Started for the Vikings, first baseman number 17.
Marlowe, Qualley, and Bohr, or rather Phillips, here in the 2nd inning as Marlowe swings and misses at a breaking ball from Robson. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 delivery. That one hit towards short, past the lunging Graven and into left center field for a base hit. So Marlowe now 2 for 2. He has both safeties for Decorah. Marlowe at first, nobody out. 2-0 Go Hawks, top of the 4th.
Caleb Qualley.
And Caleb Qualley will stand in. Qualley walked in the 2nd inning. First pitch from Robson, outside corner, taken for a strike on a fastball. No balls and 1 strike. That was the 50th pitch thus far for Robson. He was forced to throw 26 in that long 2nd inning. The other 2 have been relatively easy. The pitch swung on and missed, breaking ball down and in, and Qualley trails in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Two, 4, and 0 for the Go Hawks. 0, 2, and 0 for Decorah. Marlowe lead at first base, held on there by Burish, and the 0-2 delivery is a fastball up to Qualley. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pause, the 1-2. Curveball grounded towards 3rd. On 1 knee, Steer will make the play. He'll throw to 2nd for the first base. So out, he'll throw to first base in time for the double play. 5, 4, 3, and 1 on and nobody out becomes 2 down and nobody on for Trevor Phillips.
Batting for the Vikings, number 13, Trevor Phillips.
Phillips came in defensively for Bohr in the bottom of the 2nd inning. He bats for the first time from the right-hand side of the plate. And a curve pitch ball is high. 1 ball, no strikes. Vikes with only 2 hits against Robson in 3 2/3 as Phillips pops one into right field. Coming on into right center is Havlovic. He will make a one-handed snag to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. Halfway home in Game 1 of this Northeast Iowa Conference doubleheader. Waverly Shellrock leading by a 2-0 margin. 2-0 Waverly Shellrock. The offensive woes continuing for Decorah. 1 run in their last 18 turns at bat. That was a single tally against the Sailors of Columbus the other night. Vikes scored 9 against Owine and 6 against Walk-On in game number 1 as Burrish looks the first one outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Burrish struck out looking to end the first inning, 0 for 1, but you look at the last 7 other than that, 5 of the last 7, 2 runs or less for Decorah. 1-0 pitch, grounded toward short, knocked down there by LaRue, but he stays with it, winds up, throws to first base to retire Burrish, and 1 down in the bottom of the 4th. 1 down, nobody on, and Dalton Steer will be the batter.
11, Dalton Steer.
Dalton Steer rounded to the pitcher and was retired on a very nice play by Colin Nimrod to start the bottom of the 2nd inning. He takes the curve for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 delivery outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. To further illustrate the struggles offensively for Decorah this year, this is their 25th game this year. 12 times in the previous 24 they've scored 3 runs or less. The pitch outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Colin Nimrod has been pretty solid as a starter, as has really Sinkink and LaRue this year. The 2-1 delivery. Inside corner for a strike, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Dalton Steer, but when half the time you're only getting 3 runs, that's putting a lot of pressure on your pitching and your defense. Ground ball foul into the first base Decorah dugout, so we'll stay put at 2 balls, 2 strikes on Dalton Steer. Alex Robson to follow. Here's ground ball foul, third base side into the Go Hawk dugout. 2-2 the count. Colin wheels and deals. The 2-2 offering is a fastball up for 3 balls, 2 strikes now.
Win the battle here.
The pitch, 1 hopper right back to Colin Nimrod. He'll field and give an underhand toss to Jake Marlowe for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 down, nobody on, and the batter is Alex Robson. 2-0 Go Hawks here in the 4th inning. Robson got an infield hit back in the 2nd inning. As you look at Decorah's ERA, it's 2.74 right now, and this curveball goes for a strike, 0-1. Granted, they've given up their fair share of unearned runs this year. The 0-1 delivery, chopper over the head of Nimrod, and moving to his left is LaRue, fielding on the second base bag. He'll throw to first base, and Robson retired, and for the first time in this game, the Go Hawks go down in order. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the 5th. It's a 2-0 lead for Waverly Shellrock. Inning number 5 upon us. Waverly Shellrock, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, no runs, 2 hits, and no errors for Decorah. Bottom third of the order due for Decorah. It'll be Andy Sinkink, John Will Jenkins, and Gabe Varney. The only 2 hits for Decorah have come from Jake Marlowe, singles leading off the 2nd and the 4th inning. The only scoring chance for Decorah was in the 2nd inning. At 1st and 2nd with nobody out, they had the bases loaded with 2 down. But Alex Robson able to strike out the side. One of those strikeout victims back in the 2nd was Andy Sinkink. He'll bat for the 2nd time of the game right now. Righty-righty matchup as Robson delivers, and Sinkink over the top of a curveball with a swing and miss. No balls and 1 strike. Robson has faced the minimum in 3 of the 4 innings and has retired the side in order in 2 of the 4 thus far. 0-1 delivery, fastball outside edge taken for a strike, and it's 0-2 on Andy Sinking. Jenkins will follow as Robson kind of got into his windup and then stepped off at the last second. Steps back to the rubber now. And the 0-2 delivery swung out and missed. A good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Sinking. 7 Ks for Alex Robson, 1 down in inning number 5.
Vikings number 7, John Will Jenkins.
1 down, nobody on for John Will Jenkins. He hit for Dostal and was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning and ended up playing 3rd after that. First pitch sails outside from Robson. 1 ball, no strikes. (1-0), swinging a foul back to the screen. It is 1 ball, 1 strike to count. (1-1), ground ball towards second. Moore moves to his right, throws on the run to retire Jenkins. Quickly 2 up, 2 down in inning number 5.
2 outs now for Decorah in batting. Number 6, Gabe Varney.
2 down, nobody on. Gabe Varney will be the batter. He struck out swinging to end the 2nd, 0 for 1. The pitch. Breaking ball, tried to backdoor him, but it's just outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Varney, 0 for 1. The left-hand hitter against Robson. The pitch swung on and missed. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to count. One and 1 with 2 down. The 1-1 delivery sails outside for 2 balls, 1 strike now on Varney. (2-1) delivery, swing and a miss. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Two and 2 with 2 down. The pitch off the end of the bat, hit towards short, picked up there by Dalton Graven. He'll throw to first base. Nice scoop by Burrish at first base to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Vikings once again. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-0 lead for Waverly Shellrock. Eight, 9, and 1 for Waverly Shellrock in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2, 4, and 0 for the Go Hawks. 0, 2, and 2 for Decorah. Go Hawks scored their 2 runs in the 1st inning. They loaded the bases with nobody out.
Things off here for the Go Hawks.
Gentry Miller got an RBI ground out. To score Jake Velke, and Dalton Graven scored on a delayed steal of home. Colin Nimrod hasn't pitched all that bad. 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He's walked 2 and he's struck out 1. So far the Vikings have played flawless defense behind him as Havlovic looks at a strike, 0-1. He bounced into a 1-4-3 double play to end the 2nd inning. The 0-1 delivery, he chases a fastball swinging and missing away. And it's no balls and 2 strikes now. 0-2 the count on Havlovic. The 0-2 delivery swung on a looper towards first to his right. Marlowe moves over and makes the catch. And there's 1 down in the inning. So since the Velke walk in the 3rd inning, which put runners at 1st and 2nd with nobody out, Colin has now retired 7 in a row. Jackson Little's got an infield hit to start the 3rd inning. And the first pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 delivery swung on a ground ball towards first. Backing up on it is Marlowe. He'll give an underhand toss to Nimrod covering the bag, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. 2 down, nobody on for Jake Velke.
Back to the top of the lineup. with 2 outs for the Go Hawks. Batting 7.
Velke's been on base twice tonight. Walked and scored in the first, walked again in the third. Go Hawks 2, Decorah nothing. We play the bottom half of the 5th inning. Nimrod ready, and the first offering. A little bit low to Velke. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch number 57 coming from Nimrod. There's a strike down the middle to the left-hand hitting Velke. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 1-1 with 2 down. The pitch a little bit low. 2 balls, 1 strike now on Velke. Nimrod ready. 2-1 offering. Fastball outside edge for a strike. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on the senior center fielder. 2-2 with 2 down. Nimrod ready. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball outside for 3 balls, 2 strikes now on Velke. 2-4-0 for the Go Hawks. 0-2-0 for Decorah as the pitch goes outside, and Velke draws his 3rd free pass of the ballgame.
After the walk, next up for the Go Hawks.
Runner at first, 2 down. Dalton Graven, the batter. Graven, infield hit, scored a run in the 1st inning, flew out to center in the 3rd. The pause by Cowan, a lead at first by Velke. He stays put and the pitch goes outside and gets by Qualley. And up to second will go Velke. He'll make the turn and stay put right there. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Cowan in for the sign from Qualley. Comes set, looks back at second. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball up. It's 2 balls, no strikes. As Coach O will pay Cowan a visit in the pitching circle. In fact, you look at that Graven flyout in the 3rd inning, there's been very few balls actually hit to the outfield. 2 base hits and a fly ball, or 2 fly balls for Decorah. There's only 1 ball to the outfield for Waverly Shellrock tonight. So in 38 at-bats, only 5 balls have reached the outfield all told in this game. 2 balls, no strikes to count on Graven with Velke at second and 2 down. Go Hawks leading by a 2-0 margin in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Collin comes set, looks back at second, takes a second look at second, and the pitch goes high. It's 3 balls, no strikes. Collin comes set, 3-0 delivery. Graven takes all the way in. It's strike 1 on the inside corner. Vikes will have the top of the order due in the 6th inning. The 3-1 delivery outside corner taken for a strike to the right-hand hitting Graven. So it's 3-2 with 2 down. Three and 2 with 2 down, and the pitch swung on a little roller up the first base out. Backhand stop made by Marlowe. Underhand toss to Nimrod and out at first base. Nimrod beat Graven to the bag by a step. And the out recorded. 1 walk, 1 left, 5 complete, 2-0 Waverly Shellrock.
Another quick 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for both ball clubs as the pitchers seem to be settled down in this game. Now we move to the top of the 6th inning. The score remains Waverly.
It's been a pitcher's duel in Game 1 of this Northeast Iowa Conference doubleheader. Colin Nimrod hasn't thrown too bad. He's walked 3, he's struck out 1. Given up 4 hits and 2 runs to this point. Alex Robeson has outdueled him. He's walked one, he's hit one, given up 2 hits, and he has struck out 7. Top of the order due for Decorah. The combined top of the order is 0 for 6 with 3 strikeouts.
Batting the pitcher, number 10.
Colin Nimrod will be the batter. He grounded to short on the game's first pitch and struck out looking in the 3rd. Robeson with his 67th pitch of the game, a ground ball towards left field, but snagged nicely by Steer, and he'll throw across the diamond to retire Nimrod. 1 down here in the 6th inning.
Nice play by Dalton Steer.
Steer retires Nimrod on a fine defensive play.
Jake Hubden.
1 down, nobody on for Jake Hubden. Grounded to 3rd in the 1st, flew out to center in the 3rd. Jake Marlowe with the only 2 hits for Decorah as Nimrod swings the first one, fouls at 3rd base side. No balls and 1 strike. Now the top of the order combined 0 for 7, and if history has been any guide this season, when you slow down the Viking top of the order, you slow down the Vikings as Hubden hits one towards left center field, angling over into left center is Jake Belke to make a one-handed snag, and there's 2 down in the 6th inning. Perhaps one of the best hit balls off of Robson right there. Nimrod hit it sharply and Hubden hit it sharply, but both resulted in outs. 2 down, nobody on for Brett LaRue. He struck out twice, looking in the 1st, swinging in the 3rd. And he grounds one up the middle. Graven moves to his left at shortstop, throws from the 2nd base bag to retire his fellow shortstop. And a 4-pitch inning retires the Vikings in the 6th. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 6th we go. Go Hawks leading 2-0. Bottom of the 6th inning we go. It's a 2-0 lead for the Go Hawks. 2 first-inning runs have held up to this point. Middle 3rd of the order looking for some insurance more accurately.
Number 2, Camry.
3, 4, and 5 for Waverly Shellrock here in the 6th. Camry Moore, Gentry Miller, and Josh Burrish to face Nimrod, who's at 67 pitches right now. 3 walks, 1 strikeout. And he's given up 4 hits. All have been infield singles, but good enough for 2 runs. Collin throws outside to Camry Moore. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitchers dueling this one, and to this point, Robson out dueling Nimrod, even though neither pitcher is throwing all that bad, as Moore throws inside. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 delivery outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Nimrod has 2 of his losses to New Hampton this year. The other one to Waverly Shellrock, and without some offensive help in the 7th inning. It'll be 2-2 to the top 2 teams in this league as Camry Moore throws a strike, or takes a strike. Nothing, 3-1 now, with Miller and Burrish to follow. 3-1 delivery, chopper toward short. Playing the long hop is LaRue. He fields and throws it high to first base, but Marlowe with some nice footwork to keep his foot on the white bag, avoiding the error and getting the put out. 1 down here in the 6th inning. 1 down, nobody on for Gentry Miller. He's played pepper with Brett LaRue at shortstop, grounding to short in the 1st, grounding to short in the 3rd. First pitch to Miller, breaking ball low, 1 ball, no strikes. Miller, the veteran catcher for the Go Hawks, going to play baseball at Luther next year. 1-0 delivery, fastball up, it's 2 balls and no strikes to count now. .2-0 from Collin, well outside, now 3 balls, no strikes to Gentry Miller.
Runner, kid. Give us the runner.
3-0. Outside corner for a strike. It's now 3-1. That was the same sequence of pitches before Camry Moore grounded out to short. Here's ground ball towards third and foul. Past head coach Casey Klinder in the third base box. So it's 3 balls, 2 strikes now on Gentry Miller. A 2-0 lead for the Go Hawks here in the 6th. Vikes will have the middle of third of the order in the 7th. 3-2 ground ball towards third and foul once again. So we'll do it again at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Marlowe, Qualley, and Phillips. If anyone gets on, sinking. Top of the order has been 0 for 9 for Decorah tonight. 3-2, 1 hopper right back to Collin at the base of the mound. He'll throw to first base to retire Miller. 2 down, nobody on for Josh Burish. Burish struck out looking in the first inning and grounded to short in the 4th. Go Hawks have not had a hit since a little infield single in the 3rd. Pitch, a strike, 0-1. So this deficit definitely not Colin Nimrod's fault. Alex Robson has just outdueled him. 0-1 delivery, swinging a foul right side and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes to count on Josh Burish. Again, Marlowe, Qualley, and Phillips for Decorah in the 7th inning. They've only managed 2 hits against Robson to this point. Both have been off the bat of Jake Marlowe. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 down. The pitch swung on and missed. Collin gets his 2nd strikeout. And the Go Hawks go down in order. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the 7th. Waverly Showrock will look to close things out. They lead it by a 2-0 margin.
Next up 3-0 over Sumner Fredericksburg.
Jake Marlowe, Caleb Qualley, and Trevor Phillips, the 3 men due in the top of the 7th inning. Marlowe is the only Viking hitter that has been able to figure out Alex Robeson to this point. Robeson has given up 2 hits. Both have been to Marlowe. Marlowe hits a 1-hopper right back to Robeson, who will run towards first and give an underhand toss to first and Burish for the first out here in the 7th inning. 1 down, nobody on for Caleb Qualley, who walked in the 2nd and hit into a double play in the 4th. Only 2 hits given up by Robeson to this point. The pitch, a curve for a strike. It's 0-1. The Hawks trying to win their 10th conference game and their 21st game of the season. 0-1 delivery, fastball up. It is 1 ball, 1 strike on Qualley. Phillips in the on-deck circle for Decorah. Vikes trying to avoid getting shut out for the 4th time this year. The pitch, 1 hopper right back to Robeson. He'll run towards first and give an underhand toss to Burish for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 down, nobody on. And the last hope for the moment is Trevor Phillips. Phillips, in his lone at-bat, flew out to right in the 4th inning. One of 5 balls that have reached the infield either way. As the pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. All 4 Go Hawks singles have been infield singles. The Vikes have 3 balls to the outfield. The Go Hawks with 2. The pitch swung on and missed as Phillips late on the Robeson fastball. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Pitch number 77 coming up for Robeson. The 0-2 delivery, swinging a foul at the plate. And Miller couldn't hang on to that one. He shakes off the cobwebs as it stung a little bit. Home plate umpire Scott Hoppel doing the sportsmanlike thing and walking the ball out to Robson to make sure Miller has time to shake off those cobwebs. The ball's 2 strikes to count on Phillips. 2-0 Go Hawks here in the 7th. The 0-2 delivery, curveball outside for 1 ball, 2 strikes. The last Viking base runner was Marlowe with the leadoff single back in the 4th. 1-2 with 2 down. The pitch, curveball low. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Deuces wild on the Viking right fielder, Trevor Phillips. 2-2 with 2 down. The pitch, curveball, just missed. Robson wanted that one, but Couldn't get it. And now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. This will be pitch number 81 for Robson. The 3-2 delivery, swinging a pop-up first base side. Over is the first baseman Burrish, and he will make the catch, and that's that for game number 1. Alex Robson throws a 2-hit shutout.
Waverly Shellrock defeats Decorah.
Decorah
By a score of 2-0.
Losing to the Go Hawks 2-0. 2 runs, 4 hits,
2 runs off 4.
no errors, and 3 runners left.
2 hits.
No runs, 2 hits,
The Vikings.
and no errors for Decorah with 3 runners left on base. Alex Robeson throws a 2-hit shutout,
Against 4 losses.
walks 1,
3 in Northeast Iowa.
and strikes out 7.
Well, Decorah falls to 13.
Decorah,
12 losses.
tough luck loss to Colin Nimrod, 7-4 on the season. He gives up 4
Won by a final score of
hits, 2 runs, both earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So the Go Hawks are 21-4 now on the season, 10-3 in conference play.
Waverly Shellrock Athletics.
Decorah is now 13-12 overall and 7-8 in conference play. So game 2 of this, by the way, this game only took an hour 10 to play. Game number 2 of this doubleheader coming up in 20 to 30 on Vikings Radio 1240 KDC.